All right, Shalom again, Israel.
Shalom.
All right. Happy new moon, blessed new moon, everybody. Happy New Year for everybody that's observing it today. I know Israel is all over the place as far as calculations of the calendar, and all these holy days is falling in. But nonetheless, we're staying in the spirit of righteousness and truth. And tonight's lesson we're going to be talking about is the spirit of renewal. On this new moon, as we're looking at the new moon to be a cycle of creation that the Most High actually created. As the moon goes through its cycles and its continual renewals every month. Every 29 and a half to 30 days, it goes through a cycle and renews itself. We go through the same type of transformations. The Most High gives us the opportunity every year to continually look for a spirit of renewal. He gives us the opportunity to atone. He gives us the opportunity to continually purge out our leaven. He gives us the opportunity to present ourselves as first fruits. He gives us the opportunity to blow the trumpets and to assemble ourselves, to dedicate our temples to him, in the spirit. So in this same fashion, we're going to talk about being in the spirit of renewal. We're talking about removing the leaven and staying leaven free. That was the beautiful lesson Adonai did yesterday. And one of the scriptures that he concluded with was talking about renewal. So I'm going to move in that same spirit and, look towards that, because that's something that's necessary in order for us to maintain righteous relationship with the Most High through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, is continually looking to renew ourselves, to rebuild, to refashion, to establish ourselves as right vessels, for the Most High to accept us as. So when we look at the spirit of Passover, right? What look at it from this perspective. What were we trying to do? What was the whole objective of the Passover? That's a question for everybody. Anybody, y'all can feel free to ask. Let's look at it in the spirit. What will be in? Let's say that first. What was the state of our nation?
Captivity.
No.
Captivity, right?
Right.
Okay. So the Passover provided us what? To get out of what? Passover provided us a means to escape out of captivity. Okay. Now we're in the world. Let's look at this. Why is the Passover important as we look at it in the spirit? It provides us an escape out of the bonds of the world. We were in the bonds of captivity in Egypt. Now we're in the spirit of Egypt. Are we not? Okay. Now we're trying to escape them same similar bonds or bondages that spiritual Egypt presents to us, so that we can be renewed in this wilderness. Isn't that what we left out of Egypt? Out of the bonds and the bonds of the world, the captivity there, to get into this wilderness to be renewed. That's where the law, statutes, and commandments was given to us, so that we can become new creatures, so that we can go into this promised land. So we're doing the same thing now. We're looking to get out of this bond that Egypt presents for us, and then allow us to be renewed in the spirit of the wilderness that we're in right now, where we're getting nourished with the law, statutes, and commandments, so that we can get to that everlasting kingdom. That's the goal. So this is part of the process. So every year we got to look at the monumental high holy day of the Passover, the spirit of Abib, and all of those new things as a part of our spiritual growth while we're in this wilderness, to present ourselves to be able to continually blossom and be renewed in the spirit as we're continually trying to escape the wilderness that is presented. The bondage that presents itself to us. All right, so let's start off with Romans 12. We're going to start with verse 1 and 2. Romans 12, 1 and 2.
Romans 12, verse 1 and 2.
Right.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
Reasonable service. Right now, one of the words we're going to concentrate on is present. You know what present means? That means that we have to yield or to submit. Yield or submit. When we present ourselves, that means we move in a spirit of humility. When you present somebody something, that means you're yielding, you're giving of yourself, you're giving of something to present to somebody else so that they can, gain or grow gain from it, right? So in the same fashion, the Most High saying that I beseech you, brethren, through the spirit of Paul, he said, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High. So we talked about the mercies when I talked about the spirit of the Messiah and understanding the Messiah, okay? And his mercies and how that represented for us. Now it's saying only through the mercies of the Most High are we going to be allowed to submit ourselves or to yield our bodies as living sacrifices now. And in doing so, we have to do it holy and acceptable unto the Most High. He said, and it's our reasonable service. It's only reasonable. Go to Philippians. Hold that. We're going back to Romans. Philippians 2. We're going to read verses 1 through 5.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 1.
Actually, I'm sorry. Oh, Philippians. Go back to Romans. Let's just finish up the whole verse and then we'll get to it. We'll expand more on it.
Okay.
Romans 12. Read 1 and 2 together, and then we'll go to Philippians.
Romans 12, verse 1.
Right.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world.
Hold it. Now, don't be conformed to this world. Now, just made the analogy of escaping Egypt, which was our world back then, our ancestors' world back then in captivity. Our objective was to escape. We couldn't do it unless that angel of death came over, killed the firstborn, put a spirit of fear into Pharaoh that said, just go, get out. And we had to go through all of the necessary channels through the Passover in order for us to sustain ourselves. So we were escaping that world. Now we're doing the same thing. So don't be conformed to this world. So we can't be conformed to spiritual Egypt now. We can't be conformed to the bonds, and we're trying to escape out of that bondage. Our people love it. Our people want more shackles. We want more fetters. We want more nooses spiritually. Our people are embracing Yeah, it's still going live, man. So just flip it.